Yeah, I can see that. I think he argues because he doesn't actually believe he's that much better after how we played today. Yeah, that's true. I didn't want to just run it back with not getting my points though. Okay, tell me when to search. Yeah, don't tell him that.
It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason. And it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Here's Harrison Mevis to get this one started. And we're underway from Seattle. This return starts at the 5. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They give it to him again. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Slot receiver headed left. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Biggest difference in the college NFL game, we know this, Kate, it's matchups. Right, that college game, so much more space with the wide hash marks. Not so much in the NFL. You've got to cultivate one-on-ones, cultivate matchups. Using the receiver as a runner was a matchup successful for this offense.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they bring him to a stop with this run, gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. He breaks the tackle, and he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The Hawks dialing up the nickel D here, 3rd down. They put a receiver in motion right. The handoff on 3rd and short. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Motioning him from the slot right. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first.
Yet another example why the ball finds its way in this guy's hands time after time. He's a playmaker, and he knows how to get the yards they need. Maybe not a ton there, but enough to move the sticks.
This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal. They'll send him up the middle. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a game down to the 1. They picked up 6 on the run. Now they're facing third and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. Young Hui Koo on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set. First and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
The give here on second. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up third and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On first down, they'll run. He's got a gain of 6 there. Chidobe, Awuzie, they're on the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it second and 4. That's the end of our first quarter. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They're looking at second and 4. Plowing up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. Harrison Mevis on to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Nevis ready to send this one away. Starting from the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Looks back, gets the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Off the mark there, incomplete pass.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Penix here from the gun. Escapes the pocket. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
To the line they go. It's 2nd down. Penix working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They send him left out of the slot. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too. Creating the space for a solid pickup.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you've got to find a way to make a miss in the backfield.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains. Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him. altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. From the shotgun, Penix. The quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So now it's going to be third and long. Penix looking to pass. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Falcons likely setting out the special teams unit. So now on fourth down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo after the field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. He goes right corner pocket there, but does get it to go through from deep. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. He put everything he had. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Back to pass on first and 10. He's on the move. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Getting out to his left. Throwing on the run. Deep down. They connect on the deep shot. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks get some late points and the lead. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Seahawks take a 4-point lead. Mevis ready to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Here's Penix to throw. On the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on second down. A whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
They'll run now on second down. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're first to 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Short pass brought in. As this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field. Things got a little too carried away there, and we are not surprised at all to see the flags fly and the penalty called. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Running it after the penalty. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's Penix. He's trying to push the field. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in. Out of bounds.
Forced out to his right. And once again, they can't connect.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL where they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be Seahawks football. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. That's caught. He found some space. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. But it looks like someone from the Seahawks got on top of it, and they'll get it back. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Oh, he put some heat on this deep. He's got it deep downfield. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks will add to their lead at the end of the half. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw. Just the right touch. And you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead, I don't care.
You're
but the
biased.
success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Has this at the 6. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Two all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. give left side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. First and 10 from the 41. Right up the gut. And another small 4-yard chunk there. Chidobe, Awuzie, they're on the tackle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's third down.
Well, that throw just gets away from the quarterback a little bit, and he couldn't stay in the field to play. It's tough to blame him, though. He's got to leave the pocket, and he really had some tough circumstances to try and push that one down the field.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Brings it in at the 12. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Falcons will have plenty of work to do on their next drive. They'll run here on first down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, and maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they're fired up after that stick behind the line.
To the air with Penix. Hits his running back. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And the Seahawks added an extra DB here. Third down coming. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. Cuts it to the right sideline. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Penix now to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Flush down now to his left. He brings it in. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Pass play on 1st and goal. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Pass play now. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Mevis now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks push their lead to 18. Mevis ready to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. Touchdown Atlanta. The Falcons shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Coup on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons make it an 11-point ball game. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He puts some power on a deep one. Big gain downfield. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 29 yards. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Give now to the running back. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 38. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it's 3rd down now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Back now, pressure on its way. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's throwing deep to the left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks make it a 3-possession game. Mevis now for the extra point. extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks push their lead to 18. Mevis ready to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Penix here from the gun. Pitts brings it in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense up to the line fast. Penix now on 1st down. Escapes out to the left. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Offense in the hurry up here. Penix on 1st down. Got a man, it's Drake London. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On 1st down, here's Penix. Buys time, rolling right. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Michael Penix Jr., the touchdown. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons make it an 11-point ball game. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. This, our last play of the quarter. Hand off to the back. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. Only one. Second and 3 now. Here's the handoff. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. They give it to him again. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
Calm, cool, collective from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of him.
Finds a man right side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Escapes the pocket. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he sails that one over the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it sets up second down.
You know, sometimes when you get outside that pocket and your body weight gets going laterally, that ball will sail on you. I mean, that's a tough connection to make even under the best of circumstances.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it. No connection to be made.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They motion a receiver left. 3rd down. They're dialing up the touch pass here. And he's brought down for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Back-to-back carries here. And he runs this down to around the 12-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on 3rd down. Another carry for him. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. this one off. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
And the Falcons get a fifth defensive back out there. Third down coming. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Seahawks make it a 3-score game in the fourth. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second-effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Mevis now for the extra point. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Seahawks push their lead to 18. Mevis ready to send this one away. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Ball at the 33 for first down. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Penix. Continuing to move past the 45. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Penix now. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And again, it's Penix. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
This is an excellent job, Kate, right here by the defense to deny that big play and make them earn it offensively. If they want to reach the end zone, they're going to have to scrap and fight right through them.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Penix looking to pass. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To the air with Penix. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Gotta hurry this to the line. From the red zone now. He's on the move. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. Coup on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons make it an 11-point ball game. Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. I think the Falcons got that one back. Oh, they did! Timing's so important for a team.